everybody. Welcome back to Around the Emirates podcast with Sara Mousa, where I speak to guests from across UAE about topics you want to hear about. Today, I'm joined by the phenomenal Wunmi. Hi, Wunmi.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me on the show today. So, I've asked Wunmi to be on the show today as founder of Blooming Ladies, a really cool space that provides women with all different types of ways to thrive in their careers and in their lives in general. Please, Wunmi, tell me your story and why you felt the need to create this platform.
Thank you very much. For me, I was just thinking about it. That I've always loved to gather people and to speak to them. As a child, I remember just having the little kids that younger than me in our community, just have them sit down and I sit with them and I tell stories. Mostly when I come back from boarding school. So that was something I've loved to do. I know there was a time in my life when I wasn't really actively speaking. Well, maybe I don't know what happened. I wasn't really that bold girl that would love to stand and talk or share things with people. But as time went on, I think that's deep inside wanting to motivate someone, wanting to encourage, wanting to help everyone to bring out the best in the people I meet, and that came up. Um, so that took me to starting Blooming Ladies. I was in Canada at this time, and I'd gone to a program like 6 weeks program or 8 weeks program where it's for newcomers. You go through it and they teach you about the cultures and so, and it's for women. And I met very amazing women, right? And many of them, their stories were not encouraging. Like, oh, they wanted to be this, but they couldn't, or they wanted to, and more like these women were burying their dreams to me. I'm like, no, I want every woman I meet to be able to thrive, to bloom, not to just bury their dreams and think that I can't be this because, or I can't be this or that because of this. And that was the inspiration. So Blooming Lady started in Canada in 2017. That pushed me to say, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to call a couple of women around and have a talk with them. And we continue meeting. First, it was quarterly. We'll have trade shows. I call it Passion to Profit. But funny enough, I focused on female entrepreneurs. I don't know, maybe that was just the niche I was then. And then that was aside from Canada. Now that I'm in Abu Dhabi in UAE, I'm working to replicate the same thing, right? Helping women thrive in every area of their lives, giving them what they need. And most times it's just even just having someone that they can look to. They can say, if this person can do it, maybe I can do it. Having someone that can inspire them. Just being a committee, be coming to a place where they hear stories and they listen or they attend a workshop, they learn about themselves that I can be this, and that can just be what every woman needs access to the resources they need to help them bloom in life, in career, in business.
I really love that. I love the fact that it was something that you considered from like even a younger age of like, how can I create a platform for women to support each other in multiple ways? Like you're not just focused on maybe relationships or kind of friendships, but you're focused on entrepreneurs, you're focused on creating strong business women, and you're focused on above all role models, which is such a beautiful thing. And it's such an interesting project. I mean, there must have been some challenges that came with that. If you can talk to me a little bit more about that.
Yeah. Okay. A lot of challenges. I think the first challenge was when I had to relocate, come to the UAE and having to leave Blooming Leaders back in Canada, trying to get that work. And for some reason, somehow I've always liked to have physical, to have to be there with people. I know COVID forced all of us online, but after COVID, I really wanted to have the physical thing. So that challenge of continuing with the Blooming Ladies in Canada was a huge one for me. And I think here the challenge I'm facing is really trying to build a social enterprise because to me, Blooming Ladies is a social enterprise. It's really not just yes, it's for profit, but it's not totally just monetary profit. It's to see women succeed. It's to see women thrive. And for a social enterprise to really flourish, to really blossom, you need partners. You need partners either with governments, with other organizations, with private companies. That's not something I've seen common here. and as many times trying to speak to the different organizations and not really being able to really have those conversations that will turn either to partnership or to sponsorship. So I think that's something I've seen. But yeah, we're still working through it. I'm still knocking at doors. I don't believe in giving up. Like for this campaign that we're going to speak about, really knocking on doors and saying, let's do this. Could you partner with us? Could you be a sponsor? Could you be a mentor to the female entrepreneurs? And yeah, it's a continuous journey and the door that will continue to knock on.
I love that. I love your passion and your resilience for what you're doing. It's not just that like, oh, you've hosted maybe one or two events or you've posted once or twice on social media. Like, no, you've continued to find the partners, create and build that community and do something that's good for women. And I'd love to hear more about this campaign for entrepreneurs that you've referred to.
So, could you come again? I didn't get that, the question.
I'd love to hear more about the entrepreneur campaign that you're promoting at the moment.
Oh, okay. So thank you very much. So invest in that campaign. Yeah, it's beyond just the platform. So there's a platform to support female entrepreneurs to grow their businesses, to grow their sales. And the fact that we're going for an audacious goal. When I said the goal, like, Wunmi, how would this happen? To have a total sales revenue of 1 million dirhams for all the women on the platform. Right. So the idea is that we have a platform where female entrepreneurs who can upload their products and then will campaign about this platform and say, we need to support female entrepreneurs, we need to support local women, buy from local, and let's help them raise their target revenue. Each woman on the platform will have a target. Say, this is how much I want to make in this 30 days. And we'll push it out there. We're trying to see if we can get media support, get marketing support, just to blow out this and make sure that every woman on that platform reach their target. And like I said, we want to have 1 million dirham sales on that platform. So every woman on that platform should be able to go back home raising these sales, not just because we are jobless, but I believe with that you can actually even expand their businesses. It's giving them the platform, the visibility, and then also having mentorship, having some workshops that will help them grow their businesses and grow themselves. So it's the visibility, is the mentorship, is the growth for the women so they can truly thrive in their businesses.
I love the fact that you said growth for women. I think that the one thing that I'm noticing across this, like the thread along this whole conversation, is that growth for women in all, like, so many different beautiful ways. And that leads me to my
Yeah.
next question for you. I'm curious, is there some kind of maybe impactful story or moment for you as you were kind of going along this journey?
Impactful story, myself or for other women.
However you like to answer the question.
Yeah, okay. So for me, I was saying of how I started blooming ladies was because I saw something that I didn't want to happen to me. I was like, okay, I don't want to get to a particular age and look back and feel like, oh, I should have done that. Or I've always had this dream. I want to be this, I want to be that, but I'm not that person. Because that would be painful for me. It's like I don't want to have that kind of regret. I didn't want that to just happen for myself. I want it to happen for other people around me, for the other women. And I can say that today, though I'm trying to replicate the same thing here, but by the time I left Canada, I could know that there are quite a number of women that just coming being part of Blooming Ladies. They've seen their dreams coming, starting up their dreams, starting their businesses, and it flourishing. And that gives me joy. That gives me joy knowing that, yeah, this was a dream, an idea. And just maybe speaking to me or attending our conferences and seeing other women talk about their businesses, attending our workshops. This was the trigger they needed. This was the seed that this woman needed to just go and run ahead and start our own dream business, our own dream project. And today, because of that, because I wasn't afraid to start. Because that's another story entirely. The first time I went to do the workshop, I was afraid. I was like, what if nobody came? What if, what if, and what if? And I'd already called the hotel back. I said, okay, I was going to book a day. And because the fear was so much, guess what I did? I called back the hotel and cancelled. I cancelled my booking. I was like, I can't go on. But after canceling, I started asking myself, Umi, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, how would you feel that you never took a step? And I think after a day or so, I called back again and we booked. And that's how it started. So I think for me, it's just that taking that step and now seeing the seed that has grown and the stories that have come out from there.
That's such a beautiful story. Thank you so much for sharing such a candid perspective of how you created this beautiful platform. And I'd love to know, is there any kind of final word of advice that you want to leave with the listeners today?
Yes. So my advice would stem from what I just said about taking that step. Taking that step. It sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes you cry. Sometimes you back up a bit and just come back. There's something about this bulls when bulls are fighting. I don't know if you know, but most times they do, yeah, they go back a bit and then come back forward. So sometimes it's okay to go back. It's okay to retreat. It's okay to take some time off when maybe you don't understand what's happening, you've been beaten down with life, you've been discouraged, you've faced these challenges, you feel I can't find a way through. It's okay to retreat, but don't just stay there forever. Don't stay there forever. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to say, okay, for right now, taking a break from this business. I'm taking a break from this career, from this dream, for anything. But that should not be all. Take a break and re strategize. Take a break and think again. Take a break and recalibrate. Take a break and refuel. Take a break and just, challenge yourself again. Go back to your dream. Go back to your why. Why am I doing this? Why does this mean so much to me? And then you can start again. But it's okay to take a break. It's okay to retreat. It's okay to stop for a while, but don't make that final.
I love that. Thank you so much for saying such an important and what comes off as just a simple sentence actually has so much meaning and symbolism behind it. So I really appreciate you sharing that piece of advice with me, and thank you so much for sharing your story on the show today. I really appreciate it.
Welcome. Thank you very much, Sarah. It's so amazing having me being on your platform, and thank you for the good work you're doing, sharing people's story, and being an inspiration. That's so much needed.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Sarah.
Take it. Bye.